Hey everyone, welcome back to Lifestyle by Falashade. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because today we will be cooking up a delicious stir fry. I hope you're ready because let's get right into it. For our ingredients today, we will need a medium-sized zucchini, a medium-sized carrot, one whole medium-sized yellow onion, a medium-sized bell pepper. I'm using red, but you can use any color, along with at least 2 inches of turmeric, 3 inches of ginger, 4 to 5 garlic cloves, 1 Scotch bonnet, 3 stalks of celery. In a mortar and pestle, we are going to combine the aromatics. For the ginger, we can definitely leave the skin on. Just make sure you're giving that a good wash. So I've roughly chopped the ginger. Next, I'm adding in 1 whole Scotch bonnet. You can definitely adjust your Scotch bonnet to taste. Next, I'm going to add in the turmeric, once again with the skin on, making sure to wash it well. And a good trick for peeling your garlic is get the back of a knife or spoon and slightly press down on the garlic. What this will do is it will release the skin from the garlic clove so that it peels much easier. Once you finish with all the aromatics, add them to the mortar and pestle and you'll begin mashing it. You are going to mash it until it becomes a fine consistency. So that took about 1 to 2 minutes and your aromatics should look like this, nicely chopped. You can do this by hand, but it will definitely take some more time. Next, we are going to start chopping our larger vegetables, starting with our carrots. We are going to dice those diagonally till they're about 1/2 centimeter in thickness. Next, I went ahead and peeled my onion and cut that in half. This will be cut into thin slices. For our zucchini, we will be cutting this into half moons. I find it easier first to cut it down the half once and then take each of those halves and cut it lengthwise. You will begin to chop those into the half moon shapes. our celery, we will also be cutting it diagonally. So you'll start at the end of the celery stalk and continue all the way up until the end. For the bell pepper, first we're going to start by removing the stem and the seeds. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because your support means everything to me. Thank you all so much. Then we will cut the bell pepper into strips, similarly to the onions. I also decided a little bit later on to add in some oyster mushrooms. So I'm going to give that a rough chop here so that I can add it to the stir fry as well. Now the vegetables are all nice and chopped and it's time to start our stir fry. In a medium-sized pot, you're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Once you add your olive oil, you can now turn your stove up to medium heat. When slightly heated, I will add my aromatics into my pot. You are going to give the aromatics a good mix and allow to cook for at least 5 minutes to ensure that your Scotch bonnet is thoroughly cooked. The next step will be to add in our carrots, so I'm just preparing that here. And you'll add in your carrots first because they do take the longest to cook, and you want to ensure that all the vegetables of your stir fry are cooked to an equal level. Once my carrots have been sauteing for about 2 minutes, I'll then add in the yellow onion. The onions will go in next, following the rule of hardest to softest vegetable. Here I'm giving that a good mix to incorporate throughout the pan, and I'm going to add in some black pepper here before I forget. The reason why I'm adding black pepper is because in order to absorb turmeric in your body, you need black pepper for absorption. So I always forget to add black pepper, so I thought, why not just add it now while I have a couple moments to spare. I'll continue giving that a good mix before I add in our celery, mushrooms, and red bell peppers into our pot. Continue to give this a good mix and let this sit on the stove for about 2 minutes. While the rest of my vegetables are simmering, I'm going to prepare a cornstarch slurry. So here I have 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Next, I'm going to add salt to taste. Along with a sprinkle of black pepper. Next, I'm going to add in about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I'll also need to add a 1/4 cup of water. So when I rinsed out my mortar and pestle, I just used that residual water to make my cornstarch slurry. I'm also going to add in some dried rosemary for a lovely taste and give that a good mix. Once my cornstarch slurry is ready, it's time to give that one final mix and pour it into the veggies on the stove. Lastly, I will add my zucchini, which is the softest vegetable, and I will allow this to cook for about 2 minutes, mostly for the cornstarch slurry to cook through, but also give the zucchini enough time to soften with the rest of the vegetables. And there you have it. This is our stir fry all ready. This pairs really well with the protein and the high fiber, high protein rice I made previously on my channel. If you haven't already, please check out that video. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time that I post to Lifestyled by Folashade. Bye everyone.